The BC powder changed their packaging because I just saw somebody had made a TikTok about how they used to think that their mom and their grandma was strung out on drugs back in the day whenever they would see them take a BC powder with a Coke. Now, my parents, they would take BC powder and Goody powders with a Pepsi. Now, we prefer a BC powder over here. I'm from North Carolina, so a BC powder will always rank number one. Anywho's, migraines run hard in my family. Okay, it's genetics. All right, my grandmama got them, my mama gets them real bad, my sister gets them to the point where they have to take like prescribed medicine. So I get them, but I don't take prescribed medicine. The only thing that works for me is a BC powder. Okay, a BC powder with something to drink after it. Yes, a Coke or a Pepsi. Honestly, I feel like those two combos really do work. Anywho's, I say all that to say about a story time about how my coworker thought I was drugged out. Okay, let me tell you. So yeah, so she had offered, to buy me lunch or whatever. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna drive. Let's go over there. Let's go to lunch together. So I always keep a BC powder with me. Okay, I keep a BC powder in my purse. I keep a BC powder in my car because you just never know. With migraines, you never know when they're going to attack. Don't offer me no Excedrin. Don't offer me no Tylenol. Nothing works for me besides a BC powder. Okay, promise you. Like that's the only thing that works. So she gets in my car, we laugh and giggle, get our food or whatever. And we sit in a car and I think nothing of it. Now, if you know anything about the old school BC powders, how they used to be packaged, there was no words. The new ones now have words on it, thank God. It's paper that's easily to rip or whatever, but it has words on it and it explains what it is or whatever. But back in the day, it was just a slither of white paper that was folded on each side, and then the powder was inside of it. That was it. Like no words, nothing. Like even back then, like before I even knew what a substance was, I even thought the packaging was a little bit suspect. Even when my mom and grandma would take them, I would also be like, y'all on that stuff? But anywho's, so they never changed the packaging. This was honestly like 2017, 18. Okay, not too long ago. They just changed the packaging. So anyway, she's sitting in the car, we eating or whatever, and then we about to get ready to go inside. So she grabs her stuff. Now, from my corner of my eye, my peripheral of my eye, it looks like she dropped something. Didn't pay it no mind. Let her do her thing. But she's, scavenging around trying to like look for whatever it is she's looking for. Anywho's, I look over and there is just like white substance all over the seat. So now I'm having to explain because I'm like, okay, great. This does not look good. So I'm over here helping her look. I'm like, girl, it's just BC powder, whatever. So she finds the paper. The paper has no words on it, y'all. It looks like what it looks like. The way she handed me that paper, like in disgust, she was like, I think your stuff got all over the seat, and she's like brushing it off of her pants and stuff. I mean, I had to explain to her, I'm like, girl, hold on, I'm over here looking around in the center console looking for the packaging, like the actual packaging that the little packages came into. I could not find it to save my life. So I'm over here like, girl, I promise you it's just for my migraines. It's a BC powder. You can Google it, look it up. She literally handed it to me in disgust and was like, I'll see you inside. Y'all, this girl ain't never said nothing. If I was on that stuff, okay, thank God, I'm not, but I'm just saying, like, if I was on that stuff, girl, she wouldn't have told nobody. But she did look at me differently after that. I'm like, why didn't you Google it? But anywho, so I'm glad that BC Powder changed their packaging, because why did it take so long? I think they had too many complaints. That's what it is. Even now, whenever I'm opening up, it still look a little like, let me do this in private. But yeah, that was my story time on BC powder and how it had me out here looking crazy.